here it is, the thrilling conclusion to our Kyoto adventure. Day 3 also started with some coffee to get us moving. Truly the breakfast of champions. You know, the kind that prepares you spiritually for a shrine pilgrimage and physically for locating the nearest toilet. But hey, what better way to start the day than with gastrointestinal warfare? Before we left, I loaded my camera. Film choice of the day, Cine Still 400D. Why? It looked the least likely to ruin my life. And also because I couldn't decide. So 400D it was. After a modest breakfast,
Bye-bye.
we said goodbye to our hotel and checked out. Then headed for metro to go north all the way to Kokusai Gaikan Station, the last stop on the Karasuma line. It was sort of a morning rush, so we let one train go in hopes that we won't have to be squished with so many people. It didn't really work though. For me, area around Kokusai Gaikan Station is nostalgia central. I used it constantly when I lived here in Kyoto, so just stepping out felt like running into an old friend. You know, like one of the decent ones. Once we left the city center, the scenery shifted. There was way more trees, little rivers, more mountains, and fewer convenience stores. We enjoyed the weather and the lovely neighborhood of Iwakura. Slowly, we made our way towards Iwakura Station and waited for the legendary Eden line. Legendary at least to me, because, well, again, nostalgia. I really like this shot of the train. The colors are so nice even with the classic light leak streaks. Light was good and we had some time to kill, so we took some photos and had a snack. Soon, we departed and headed north into the mountains to our destination, Kifune Shrine. After a while, we also passed Nikenchaya, the station nearest to my old university. And after that came what I waited for, the Momiji Tunnel, few hundred meters of Momiji trees around the tracks. Absolutely stunning. we rolled into Kifune, ready for our two main missions. Enjoy the autumn colors and hit all 3 Kifune shrines. Spoiler alert, we nailed both. Fall colors were going wild, and we lucked out on the light, so we stopped every few meters to take photos and enjoy the sights. Hiking up the mountain isn't too difficult, but it is mostly along the road, so you need to watch out for cars and buses. Soon we reached the first shrine and got to exploring. I have been to Kifune shrines many times, in different seasons and both at day and night time, and I enjoyed it every single time. It's such a great place. The colors were insane, the shrines were serene, and my film advance lever got a proper workout. I even busted out the instax because apparently I didn't learn my lesson from Fushiminari. Going deeper into the mountains and visiting the other shrines took some time, but it was well worth it, and with that, we completed the Kifune Shrine pilgrimage. All the places there are picturesque, and going there during fall is just amazing. They even do light-ups in the evening, which is super nice. nature as well as the shrines were beautiful, and the hike was definitely worth it. After enjoying the shrines, we headed back, and on the way down, we hit some snack stalls. Because, duh, hiking without snacks is just walking, and who does that? Yep, delicious. Now time to go back to the station, but of course slowly while enjoying the scenery. Back at the station, I spotted the Mario gacha machine my girlfriend wanted. After losing coin after coin, I realized this is basically the slide film of vending machines. High cost, low reward, questionable regret.
足元に十分お気をつけください。隙間が空いております。
After the shrine hike hustle, our stomachs were rumbling. We basically skipped lunch, so we made a beeline for Ichijoji, Kyoto's ramen mecca. We picked Bishi ramen, which slapped, but honestly you can't really go wrong with ramen in Ichijoji. The whole neighborhood is basically one big noodle shrine. Next stop on the itinerary was Taishogun Yokai Street, which doesn't have the best access from where we were, so more bus hopping for us. The name promises monsters and ghosts, but we found a nice little shrine and some interesting shops. Honestly, still a win. I really like these little shrines in the middle of neighborhoods. Quiet, peaceful, almost like time itself decided to slow down and enjoy the vibe. So I vibed along and took some photos. After checking out a few more stops, it was time for the nearby Kitano Tenmangu. I went there with just a few frames left on my roll, and lo and behold, I was done pretty fast. That's what she said. Panic loading commenced, and I slapped some 800T in my Yashica and rated it at 400 because, well, I couldn't find a lot of tungsten light, you know. Weirdly enough, the photos came out pretty great. Well, not this one. Not this one either, or this one, and this one could also be better. But I think I redeemed myself here. These two photos are actually my favorite from the whole 800T roll. Weirdest part, they don't even look like 800T, which after yesterday's magenta trauma felt like divine intervention. So either I did something right, or film just likes to mess with me. Maybe both. We were slowly running out of daylight, and our time in Kyoto was coming to an end, so it was time to say goodbye. We hopped on a bus and headed back to Kyoto Station. There, we did the classic souvenir and bento shopping spree and then went to board our Shinkansen. It was very bittersweet for me, because I love Kyoto and I knew I wouldn't be back for quite some time. The ride back to Tokyo was uneventful, until we got lost in Tokyo Station because of course we would. Once we got off, we said goodbye to the Shinkansen and slowly headed for the JR line transfer, or so we thought. It was just an exit, so we had to go back and find the right spot. After finally escaping the station, I parted ways with my friend and headed back home through Nihonbashi, which was already in full Christmas mode in mid-November. A cruel reminder that time passes faster than your bank account can recover from developing film. And that's the end of our Kyoto trip. 3 days of shrines, trains, overpriced film, questionable choices, and enough nostalgia to choke a deer in Nara. Kyoto really is a classic. It's more than just Golden Pavilion or overcrowded Torii gates. Anyway, that's it for this episode and this series. See you in the next one. Same sarcasm, new location. Eventually. Cheerio.